We're gonna walk through this step today. We're gonna give you guys, there's gonna be a link above or below. I don't know where it's gonna be, but it's gonna be a link to some videos. So 10 different videos you guys can watch on the buying process. And what that's gonna entail is everything you need to do in the buying process. We're gonna go through it quickly today, and it's not gonna be anything crazy in this video, but if you want, we'll put a link, like I said, be above or below, depending on where you're watching this video. It's gonna be in there, and you can click on that, and then you can get our 10-day video series where it goes in depth. Each video, there could be 5-10 minutes each. So we're not gonna go through deep, obviously, today. But we're gonna go through just kind of a brief synopsis of each thing and what you can expect in the buying process. A lot of times, I always explain it to people, you want to turn the lights on for people, so you want to enlighten them and let them know what's going on in the process, and that way they can know what to expect. And it's a roller coaster process, it's up and down, it's a stressful process, so you want it to be, you want to be giving them, your clients and those you're working with, you want to give them the roadmap basically, so they know what's going on, and so things aren't catching them by surprise. So let's do number one here. The biggest thing and the first thing you can do, and really the most important thing, is seeing your financial situation, right? So talking to a lender and getting pre-approval letter. So in this, we'll put lenders / a PAL, which is a pre-approval letter. Your real estate agent, you should have, we have a number of great lenders we work with, and we love to refer as we know they do a great job. Any real estate agent that you work with, they should, or most of them probably do have a number of lenders they really like and they trust, and they know that they get the job done. So first one, like I said, lenders pre-approval letter. So that's the very first thing. It's the most important thing, because a lot of sellers won't even show their house if you don't have a pre-approval letter. A lot of agents won't work with you if you don't have a pre-approval letter. So it's extremely important. Number two, this is the consultation. This is what we used to do a lot, was sit down with everybody, and we used to kind of go through the whole process. Well, we're kind of doing this right now. There's some other things that we do. We have a power buyer checklist, and kind of shows your strength of the buyer. We can give that away too. That can be something else we give. But we used to sit down with everybody and go through this. Now, as time's progressing, we're finding it harder and harder to get have the ability to sit down with people and go through everything with them. So this kind of serves as a consultation in a way, and like I said, the more drawn out videos are going to explain everything even more in depth and kind of go through the consultation. So that's really the second thing. And like I said, this is turning the lights on for people, right? This is showing them the process, and we always say turn the lights on, but it's like going through a haunted house. If you go through a haunted house, you have no idea what's going on. It's really scary. But if you go through a haunted house and I give you a map, and I have someone walk you around with you, and I turn the lights on, it's not as scary. So that's what a consultation serves to do. That's what this serves to do. And there's a video series that you guys can click on and get, having the link obviously in the description. This serves as that, is kind of turning the lights on for you, making it a lot less scary. So number three is we have the home search emails. So this is going to be you getting set up on the home search, and you're going to see all the homes that are out there, and you're going to see what the actual MLS has to offer. So Zillow, Trulia, all those different websites, they don't, they do a really good job at putting things up on the market, but they do a very bad job of taking them down or updating them or whatever it may be. So the MLS search, the auto email or the search email or the realtor sending you the listings, whatever it is you're getting from the MLS is huge. That's what you want. So you want that from your realtor. That way you're getting the actual thing. Because like I said, all those other websites are third party. They're fed from the MLS, that an agent that we can give you. And a lot of times you're going to be spending time with listings that aren't even on the market. They're not active or whatever it is. So this is really important to get this. Really, really important. You're going to save a lot of time. Like I said, this is super, super, super important. You'll save so much time doing this. It's huge. Once you go through this though, and you find something, that's when the roles kind of reverse. Back in the day, the realtors had everything and the client couldn't see anything, the buyer couldn't see anything. You had to go to the realtor to go look at the book. Now you have the realtor sending you everything through the internet. So the buyer is then looking through everything, looking through all the pictures and saying, hey realtor, these are the homes I want to see. And in our case, we have a team. Our team schedules all those showings for you, and we get them confirmed. We get to make sure the sellers are on board. We get everything lined up, and that way you go out and see the property. You go out and see the property with one of our agents. It could be one of our showing agents. It could be, you know, one of the agents you're working with. They're all working towards the same goal, obviously, of getting you the home that you want. And that's number 4 here, is the showings, obviously. So once you find stuff, you're gonna let your agent know, or someone on the team, hey, I really wanna go see these properties. Please set these up. Let's get these rolling. I wanna go see that stuff. So that's huge. And now we're getting to the really, really important stuff. Number 5, this is the offer. So you found something, you guys are going on showings, and you finally found something that you really like, and you wanna make an offer. So this is where your PAL, your proof of your pre-approval letter, comes into play. So you're gonna need that. You need a deposit. You're gonna need, you know, a number of different documents that your realtor is gonna give you, and you're gonna put in your offer, and they're gonna walk you through all that. So, you know, our team will walk you through that process, and you make sure you get your offer in. Make sure it's, you know, exactly what you want to your liking. There could be multiple offers. There may be no offers. When you get to that stage, then your realtor, you know, whether it's me or you know, whoever you're working with on our team, will walk you through all that, and we'll show you exactly what to do, or what needs to be done in order to give you the best chance of getting the home. So number 6, this is what I like to call, this is the active process. So this is the first 5 steps of the active process. The second set is the pending process. So once we get an offer accepted, then we have the pending process. And the first step here is inspection. Inspection, that's the very first step here. We have this, the first part of the pending process. You're going to have an inspection with, you know, a inspector. Maybe it's one of our inspector we use a lot. You're gonna have a number of different, you know, options. Obviously you can pick who you want, but you're gonna have, you know, the person we use a lot. We have a number of people that we really like, but this is gonna be where you're doing the due diligence, and you have a certain period where you're gonna be able to look at the property and say, you know, yes or no, I do wanna go for this property, or I don't like things. And we're looking for things to negotiate if there's big issues, if there are things that don't work, or there's things that are broken, health issues, safety issues, things like that. That's what you're looking for in inspection. Inspection takes 2 to 3 hours. So it's gonna be, you know, a time allotment that you need to get that together. That's gonna be a little while. That's your private inspection, and it's paid for outside of that. So you're gonna bring, you know, money and pay that inspector at that time. And you have, like I said, a certain time period to do that within, right after the accepted offer. Could be 5 days, 7 days, 10 days. After that, you're gonna have the appraisal. So that's gonna be the lender is sending out the appraiser, and he is, or she is, going to go do their analysis on the property, and they are going to give their value to the bank or to the lender and say, hey, this is what we think the property is worth. And then, you know, depending on what the value comes in at, maybe it's a fine because it's at value, or it's above, or if it's undervalued, then you have to negotiate again. You know, either side, just like inspection, if things are wrong, the sides can negotiate, or they can back out. So those are your options. Basically, these are the 2 big contingencies. And the other part of the appraisal contingency is the financing contingency, you know, the financing aspect of that. So that is, you know, if your loan ends up, you know, heaven forbid you lose your job or something like that, you're not, you know, liable to get the property still if you lose your job. That would, you know, usually the deal would end. If there might be extenuating circumstances where, you know, you have extra money on the side, and that's fine. But for the most part, you know, people are gonna have a hard time purchasing homes still. So that safeguards you, those contingencies we put in place in order for you to get the house. So these are the 2 big inspection, or, you know, inspection and appraisal are 2 big contingencies you need to get through in order to get the home. And once you get through this part right here, these 2 things, then you're kind of in the home stretch, we like to say. Then we have insurance and title next. So we have a number of different, you know, insurance people that we really have great relationships with. They do an awesome job. everything ready for closing. So, you know, all the paperwork and everything can meet you at the closing table. So number 9, we have a final walkthrough and closing. So we have the last steps really. This is the last time you're going to see the property before you close. So this is the last time you're gonna see the property. And what it is, basically, I joke with everybody, you know, make sure that the home didn't have a tree fall through it. It didn't have, it didn't burn down or something like that, heaven forbid. So it's something where you are gonna go check it out before you sign on the dotted line. So you obviously wanna go see it. Sometimes people will be like, I don't wanna go see it. So, you know, I would advise to have somebody at least go drive by the property, make sure that it's still there and make sure that everything is good. You know, the other thing is you wanna make sure people did, you know, fix the things they said they're gonna fix during this period. And you wanna make sure they didn't bust holes in walls or break windows when they're moving out, you know, so that's really important. Then we have the closing. So this is usually done right before closing. This could be done the day before, but usually it's done right before closing. And then you go to the closing table. This takes about an hour. The buyer has a lot more to do than the seller does. And it's, like I said, it takes about an hour. Hopefully you get the keys at closing. Sometimes you might not. You might have an occupancy period, and you might take a little bit longer to get keys. But again, that's something. If you click on the link we have in the description, you can get this whole process, the whole detailed description of everything and how it all works. You know, it'll explain more of that in detail, in greater length. And then once you do that, you have closing. Congrats, you're a homeowner. So you've got the keys to your house, or you've closed on it. It's your house now, and maybe you still have a week or two to get keys or whatever it may be. But you've gone through this, you've done all that. Awesome. Hopefully you've had an amazing experience. And the last part is, the last thing we kind of throw in here is vendors and referrals. So if we've done our job, hopefully you are impressed and like our team, and you'll know other people, great people like you that want to work with the Legacy Group. You know, referrals, you know, back and forth, you know, right? So this is the vendors part is, you know, us giving you referrals as well. So we have a team of people that we've built over time that we come to know, to trust. I mean, like I said, we have, you know, our insurance people, our inspectors, and whoever it is. We built a team of people to service our clients, our friends, our family, our close, you know, database of people, our influencers, and this is something that we've spent a lot of time on in order to get the very best people and put our names behind that and get the very best people to our clients. So that's really the process in a nutshell, those 10 steps. And if you guys want the full process, you know, click the link. Like I said, it'll be above or below. I believe it'll be above. In most places, it just depends on where you see it. I'm Brandon Gentile, the CEO and the founder of the Legacy Group here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. We're based in Oakland County, Michigan. If you guys get anything from this, please share it. Please comment on it, like it. You know, we always are reading the comments and stuff like that. Well, you know, whether it's on our Snapchat, people snapping us back, our Instagram. Doesn't matter. Please share it, and you know, it takes time to do this stuff, so we appreciate all the feedback we get and the different things that people want us to do. We appreciate that a lot, and we appreciate you guys, you know, engaging with it and sharing it out there. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, again, if you want more, click that link. It's going to go in detail, you know, probably 5 to 10 minute videos of each of these things. So I hope you enjoyed that. We look forward to talking to you again soon.